Yeah, I love the outdoor season. We get to get everybody together. We get our javelin throwers and our 400 hurdlers and our discus throwers, and we get the 4x1 and things that really complete a track team. And then to go to the West Kittley Invitational, it's a great honor for me. I coached there for a long time, and this is the ninth year in a row we've been able to go back for this meet. So it's always a fun meet for me.
Does it feel a little bit personal of, we got to do well on this one? It has my name on it for sure.
No doubt. I always want to do well, but definitely don't want to go back to my alma mater and look bad. So, but I don't think we're going to. I think the kids are excited about this meet, and it's going to be fun.
How different is it, for this one, obviously it being the first outdoor meet, but also still coming off of that indoor championship? How different is that? And sort of even your expectations, how they differ?
Well, it's really different. Indoors, we're just running every week to try to qualify. You have to try to qualify. And at least now, outdoors has a whole different format. You have to get a regional mark to go to nationals, to the first round. And so really, we've got some time now. You need to be good late outdoors. Conference, regionals, and nationals are what really matters. So to me, it's just so much more relaxed going into each meet. Let's just work on what we've done and what we're trying to accomplish that weekend. And like I say, we don't have to feel so much pressure right off the bat.
For the 4x1, who are you looking at to kind of start off the season with?
Well, we've got about 8 guys that can run on a 4x1 on the men's side, and probably about 6 to 7 on the women. I'm not going to name them because I don't know who's going to run, but we're going to run this week with a little trial and see how we do. We've got Texas relays next week, and so we'll try to kind of firm up where we're going to put people by how we look this weekend. But I feel real confident with the depth that we have for the 4x1 men and women this year.
How special is it for Ruth to be able to go back and jump for Nigeria?
Yeah, she had the misfortune of not going to the Olympic Games and not getting to compete. So this is really an Olympics for indoors. The World Championships for indoors. So just so proud of her, and she gets to represent her country and represent Texas Tech, and just have that opportunity that she missed out on. And I think that's the most important for me, is just to give her that opportunity to do something that she had been looking for a long time.
When Ruth is not there, who's sort of the person to pick up for that energy for her? Because obviously she brings so much to this group.
Well, in that group, there's probably nobody that can take over for Ruth. But as far as the team, we've got a lot of great personalities that I feel are great leaders. And when you start with the outdoor season, well then, like I say, you pick up 400 hurdlers, and you pick up discus throwers and javelin throwers and the 4x1, and you just have different events that are what a real NCAA meet are. So I feel real good about our culture and our leadership out of this group.
Excuse me if this has already been asked, but what is it like having your son back around on campus and part of this coaching culture that you guys have here?
Well, it's incredible. His mother and I have just thoroughly enjoyed having him and our daughter-in-law and our two grandboys, and it's just fun to have my son back home. We dreamed about this a long time, to be able to coach at the same place that we love, and it's just a dream come true for me to have my son here, and we're going to try to create some special memories.
What kind of advice have you given him about, coaching at Texas Tech? Obviously, he's been here before. But...
Well, I don't give him much advice for football. He's plenty smart and knows exactly what he's doing over there. So I just try to encourage him and stay out of the way and be more of a dad for him. And I'm there to listen and encourage him.
Does he give you any advice for track?
Oh, he always, he's as frustrated as me, I think, because he worked with the track program before he went over to football. So he's a track guy at heart. And when he recruits, he looks at those track guys first, I think, when he's recruiting them.
Any chance you can steal away some of his guys, maybe Miles Price or something?
Well, we're hopeful, yes. I think he's always open to that, and Coach McGuire too. So we're going to try to always recruit speed that can help football and can help us too.
Decision to come to Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. There's a lot of things, actually, a lot of reasons. When I transferred after my freshman year of undergrad, the last decision I made was between Texas Tech and Auburn. I ended up going to Auburn, graduated from there. Last year with COVID, the Olympics, and just how difficult it was in recruiting, I knew I wasn't going to be able to take visits and whatnot, and I kept a really good relationship with all the coaches here. There's really stand-up people in there. They were always open. Any questions I had, even once I was at Auburn. It was just an easy decision for me to come here, having a good relationship with the coaches already, and knowing the success that they've had in the years that, the last 10 years they had with this program. So it was a pretty easy decision, and it was a pretty easy transition as well.
How smooth has it been? Obviously, you said it's a smooth transition, but just getting around this group finally and being immersed in it.
I swear to God, from the first day I walked into my apartment. There's like 8 dudes there I've never seen in my life. They were all teammates, and we all went to eat. I didn't even like pack my stuff up or nothing. I just dropped my suitcases, dropped my boxes, and we just went out to eat. Like from the start, the team has been I've been so blessed to be part of this team, and that's a really cliche thing to say, but like every person on this team, we all get along, especially on the guys' side. And I think what really brings us together is that we're really just working together to win that national championship. So that was the easiest thing from the start. We all pretty like-minded, and we all just kind of hold each other accountable because we all want the same thing. So the transition was smooth. I've never had like this many friends. I've never been so like cheerful in my life. Like it's crazy. I'm really blessed to be part of this group.
And then being an All-American last year in the 400-meter hurdles and finishing 5th at the 2021 Outdoor Championships, how do you plan to build on that success for this season?
Building, it's just trusting in the coaches. Like there's just so much more opportunity I have here to get better, thankfully. Like if you even just Google the coaches' accolades, it's like you know, like the bottom of the Google bar, they're like, the page is so long, it's like 8 O's into it, you know what I mean? Like there's just so much to learn here. The training group is just so deep, so strong. I think it's just about trusting my coaches, trusting God, and trusting in myself. You know, I was an All-American after missing 2 years straight and run for 2 years straight. So now that I get to build in another year, both physically and mentally, just getting better every day. My goal is becoming a national champion as an individual. I really feel like I'm ready to go. I feel like it's about to happen.
How competitive is the group overall, and how much does that bring more out of you?
Oh, we're competitive. There's nobody more competitive than me. You can interview all of them. There's not a single person more competitive than me. But at the same time, it's really refreshing that we can kind of go back and forth in practice. We can get chippy. We can say words. We can really just go for it. And nobody almost takes offense to it. Everyone's ready to go. Everyone likes that. It's an atmosphere where people thrive in that sort of competitive nature. Which is why I really feel like when it comes down to it at the national championships in Oregon, we're going to be ready to just do what we have to do and execute. But it's very competitive. But there's nobody more competitive than me. You can ask about it. You're not going to find it.
All right, you just mentioned obviously off camera that you've run this a couple times now. Does it feel like there's any more pressure or weight to this one just because it has your coach's name on it?
I feel like it's no more pressure than what it has been in the past. I feel like each year, my first year, it was a lot of pressure because I was a freshman and I really didn't know what to expect, and it was my first time doing the 400 hurdles as a race. I feel like this year I'm coming in a lot more confident and stronger in my race, and I'm honestly just really excited, and I'm excited to be on Coach Kittley's team and just represent his name at this meet. So it's just exciting. I think so.
Does that add any motivation to, want to do your best and go out there and maybe hit PRs and things like that, just based on the fact, like you mentioned, you're playing for that coach, you want to do well his invitation?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I am so blessed by Coach Kittley and having him as a coach, and I wouldn't be here without him. So it definitely is, I wouldn't say negative pressure, but it is a lot of just a big motivation for me to go out and run my best, because I definitely wouldn't be here without him. So.
We asked in the week about the men's hurdle guys. So how do you guys challenge each other in practice?
So there's 3 of us, 3 400 hurdle women, and I am just extremely excited for what we're going to do this season. I feel like in the past years we've done really great, and I feel like last year specifically we all surprised ourselves in what we could do and how we competed. And I feel like this year it's just going to grow even more, and we're just going to build on top of that. Each one of us has our strengths and weaknesses, but they're all different from each other, which I think is really cool because we complement each other, and we're always critiquing and helping each other with what someone else may be struggling with. And so it really is just a great learning environment and extremely encouraging. It's never coming out of a place from jealousy or bad competition between us. We all love each other so much, and it's a really fun group, and I'm thankful for that.
Obviously, Ruth is going off to Nigeria. Who else in the group can sort of bring that type of energy, or sort of fills in her role of bringing energy to the team?
I feel like there's a lot of people that I could name. I feel like this year has been one of the best years for me personally, just because the team is so close and brings a lot of energy, and we're all motivated to do our best. In the past years, it's been a great atmosphere, but I feel like this year is beyond comparison from what it has been. Specifically, some people I can think of, Ruta Lasnain, I think she's new, but she's also such an encourager. Monet, Virginia, some people on the sprinters, Simone. I'm trying to think. I don't know, just everyone who, I really can't name specific people, but everyone plays a big role in that, and I feel like this team has just grown in the way that they encourage each other, the way that they love each other, and all support, and I feel like it's a great team dynamic, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Obviously, the 4x4 team finished second at the Big 12 Championships. How does the transition to outdoors either give you all a boost in the relay or maybe make it a little more difficult?
I feel like we all like outdoors better. I feel like indoor is a little bit more of a challenge because of the banks, and it's a different atmosphere, and outdoor is more of what we're used to, and so I think we're all excited to get out there and just keep improving, because I know that we all have more in the tank and we have more ways to improve, and we're just thankful for pretty much a second season with outdoor, and just seeing what we could do in indoor, and just letting that motivate us for just the meets to come, and hopefully Big 12's outdoor.